At the end of the day, the only person stopping you is you. Today, I'm empowering you to get out of your own way in part two of Forsake the Familiar, from excuses to execution. Oh, you know I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Hey, let's jump into it. We're going to have a great day with this session. I hope you're going to have a great day, and it's going to get a lot greater. I need you to hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button as well. I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor that you have joined us today. We're going to have a conversation of illumination. To do that, I need you to drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. You know we got to pay that light bill. We're going to have a 100-watt conversation. We're going to keep it 100, so drop a light bulb. Let's make it 100 watts. Let's brighten it up. Let's turn the lights all the way on and all the way up. We too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. Let's spotlight. Let's highlight our particular topic for today. We're in part two of Forsake the Familiar, from excuses to execution. And here's the thing. We really got to hold ourselves accountable when it comes to the place of, am I performing at the level where I know I can be? Am I really in a particular place to where I'm operating on a great frequency based upon what I think about frequently? I need you to hear me. Your frequency is based on what you think about frequently. And too many of us are forecasting the negative in our future when we ought to be forsaking the past that continues to keep us in our past, that continues to allow and make opportunities pass us by, simply because we're wasting time focusing on what's not going to go right. We're wasting time focusing on, I got to build my brand before I start. Hear me. Your brand is being built. Your brand is built based upon what you do. Right? Your brand is an ongoing process. You don't have to have it all figured out before you start. You just got to get started. And hear me, when you just get started, what you need is going to get figured out. You're so focused on the destination when you need to be focused on the journey. Come on, family. Type focus on the journey. Type focus on your journey. Type focus on your journey. And when I'm focused on my journey, I'm also focused on who's coming with me on my journey. I need you to hear me. Everybody can't join you on your journey. Your journey's not for everybody. Everybody's not for your journey. Too many times we're trying to drag people to the destiny of where God wants us to be, when here it is, He told you to go. And our prayer ought to be, Lord, send me, I'll go. He told you to go. And until you go, you can't grow. I got to take that first step, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. Why? Because faith is taking the first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase. And just in case you forgot about the purpose, the promise, the possibility, the provision, the potential that is on your life, I'm here to remind you in part 2 to forsake that familiar. Forsake the familiar. To forsake the familiar toxic bond. Forsake the familiar trauma bonds. Forsake the familiar mistakes. Forsake the familiar ways of doing permanent things in temporary situations with temporary people, and doing permanent things in temporary situations with temporary people leaves you with permanent scars. Forsake the familiar so that you can see your vision clear, so that you can move from a place of excuses to execution. And hear me, your growth will eliminate those who you intimidate. Your growth will eliminate people who aren't growing. It'll either inspire them or it will eliminate them. And hear me, sometimes to a certain degree in your life, you have to go alone. You got to remain confident in knowing that God's going to send the right people to sow into you. God's going to send the right people to grow with you. God is going to send the right people on your journey. Yeah. Who are going to seed into you, who are going to sow into you, who are going to see the vision of what it is and now supply the provision for what it is that you expect to receive. Family, just type go for it. Type go for it. God's going to send the right people who will really love you through what you go through, who will actually support you, not just with lip service, but based upon the lifestyle that connects to what it is that you've been praying that God would answer and provide to you. Hear me. They're not going to have ulterior motives. They're not coming with ulterior motives. Here's what they're coming with. They're coming with good intentions. They're coming with good intentions simply because they paid attention to the words that you said. They pay attention to how it is that you show up for other people. They pay attention because they too have vision. They pay attention simply because they understand that you are somebody who they want you to know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued. You got to forsake all that toxic negativity that's been festering in your mind. Got to be allergic to average. Be too allergic to average to let a hater block you. Be too allergic to average to let negative stinking thinking stop you. Be too allergic to average to be focusing on all of your past mistakes and missteps that you don't see the miracles that God wants you to step into. Come on, family, just type don't flatline. Don't flatline. Life is supposed to have ups and downs like the heart monitor in the hospital. Oh, I know all too well as a survivor of stage 4 cancer. Come on, life is supposed to have those ups and downs. Yeah, it sure is. But you can't flatline. Not at all. You can't throw in the towel. You can't, here it is, make up all these excuses, but not execute. Don't flatline. There's going to be ups and downs. The up and down on the heart monitor, the sensor on the screen is letting you know that you're alive. Yeah. Why? Because if it flatlines, if it plateaus, it's over. Oh, I know I'm in my purpose when there's ups and downs. I know I'm in a place of vision when I have opposition. Why? Because even opposition will position me. You can't even spell opposition without the word position. Even opposition will position you for the revelation. It'll build you a foundation for what God has for you. Man, I'm telling you, I've made so many excuses in my life for certain things of why I haven't done what I've done or why I wouldn't do what I did. But I had to get to a particular place in my life to where, I was at a fork in the road. I was making excuses, blaming other people, And here's what I understand. When I point the finger at other people, I always got more pointed back in my direction. Made excuses because of procrastination. Procrastination is the arrogant belief that God's going to give you another opportunity to do what he told you to do today. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. You ought to be grateful if God came and spun the block. Because it's not God's obligation to spin the block for you. It's for you to get it the first time. Get it the first time. Come on, family, just type that. Get it the first time. Do it the first time. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Hit the thumbs up button on this video, family. Hit the subscribe button on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks every chain. We're having a courageous conversation. Part 2, Forsake the Familiar, from excuse to execution. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker into the super conversation. Yeah. Make sure that you do that. You're watching In the Mix, but please tell me you're a member of In the Mix. Come on, tell me you're a member of In the Mix. I need you to let me know it's real for real by getting a badge. Shout out to all of our members who are in our amazing In the Mix community who have a badge, and we can tell because it's very, very colorful when they comment. Links in the chat, links in the description for how to get a badge, for where to get a badge. Go ahead, click that link. VIP, Royalty, OQP, get one of those particular tiers, and I'm going to give you access to our private membership only video portal where I'm talking to you, having courageous conversations, connecting with you, really giving you behind the scenes into my life. You owe it to you to go ahead and get that. Of course, if you're not a member of our Eagles community, go ahead, do that. TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com. We had such an amazing session just yesterday in our Eagles community. You need to get access to that session. You can do that by going to TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. You got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind to forsake the familiar. You got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind to move from excuses to execution. I was having a mentorship session with one of my mentees. We were on Zoom and was kind of seeing where he was in life, or where he's currently is in life. He was just feeling, he said, people are pressuring me. Pressure to do this, pressure to do that, pressure to be in relations, pressure to do X, Y, Z. I said, well, how do you feel? Where are you at in your life? People want to pressure you to get married, whatever the case may be. How are you financially? Because that's going to be something financial that you're going to have to also engage in. Love don't pay the bills. Well, I'm not. He said, well, he's not there financially yet. He says he's not there. I said, well, why are you allowing other people to put pressure on you that you haven't embraced yourself? Why are you allowing people to add pressure to your peace? And they're crushing your peace because the pressure that they're adding on you, that you won't alleviate it. I gave him some homework to do before our particular session. And so I was coming to him saying, hey, what's the homework like? I gave you some questions to ask. I gave you some questions to answer that I asked you. Let's talk about it. He said, well, I'm not ready. I said, what you not ready about? What you not ready for? Well, I haven't done the homework. I said, okay, so you made time to work out. You made time for work. You made time to do all these other specific things. You made time to watch your TV shows. You made time to watch the game. You made time to do all these specific things, but you didn't make time to do the work. Here it is, not for me, the work for you. If I'm going to move into a particular place of execution, I got to stop making excuses for why I won't work on my vision. I got to stop making excuses for why I won't build the book and develop the program and make the calls and shift my contacts to contracts and my ideas to income. I gotta stomach that. I gotta hold that L. I gotta take the blame for that. I gotta move into a place of accountability. He's making all these excuses. And many of us were just like the mentee. Many of us were just like how I was. Making excuses rather than getting it to a particular place that whenever I have something, a project, I have an assignment, I know I need to do this. I'm not waiting for the last minute. Here's what I'm moving to. I'm moving to do it now. I'm telling myself each and every single day, do it now, 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 do it now. particular motivational speaker. He said, the way to get over procrastination, way to overcome procrastination. He said, every single morning you wake up, one of the first things that you ought to tell yourself is the words, do it now. Say that to yourself 50 times. And before you go to bed at night, say it as well. Do it now. Why? Because he said, you are programming the neurons. You are programming your mental capacity to whenever you see a project, to whenever something comes across your desk, you don't make excuses for it. You execute it. Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. I know it's you. Oh, listen, I'm coming back with more. Stick and stay. More's on the way. Yeah, I'm just getting off the runway. But stick and stay. More's on the way. After these messages, I'll be right back. Our schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and our children are undereducated. Our classrooms, culture, curriculum, and communities are in crisis like never before. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. So how do we fix it? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm giving you strategies in my new book. It's my 17th book, by the way, called Strategies for Successful Schools. How to develop a diverse classroom of learners who read, lead, and succeed. This is a book that's available right now for our educational leaders. It's a must-read for school board members, parents, community advocates, transformative teachers, and yes, for those of you who desire to see our children lead and succeed. But not only that, so many of our young people are struggling with their academics, their mental well-being, limiting beliefs, procrastination, interpersonal trauma, and just feeling like they're hopeless. But what if there was a go-to guide to empower you to be a champion and our children to be a champion and empower them to overcome challenges? Here's the good news. I've got another book for you. It's my 18th one. Learners are Leaders, Strategies and Solutions for Student Success. It's got a 31-day journal in there. It's got affirmations, really a lot of valuable life lessons, ways to set smart goals for success, improve your mental well-being, foster academic success. So much more that is in store when you get not just one, but both of these books. They're both available right now on Amazon. Yeah, go get it right now. But also, you can get signed copies that are available at theeaglesacademy.com/books. Don't just get them for you, but also get them for someone else too. Right back, as a matter of fact. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Family, I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Go ahead, get those books. Get those books. Yep. Go ahead and get those books. Gonna be a blessing to you. You know, I was mentioning, as we're talking about part 2 of Forsake the Familiar, from excuses to execution. One of those particular things that I was mentioning is the fact of doing it now. Procrastination has become a place of stagnation for many of us. We do it later. Or we never get around to it. Simply because we're so confounded, we're so conflated, we're so confused, we're so conflicted. Rather than recognizing we are more than a conqueror. Come on, family, just type that. I'm more than a conqueror. And since I'm more than a conqueror, here's what I got to do. I got to do more. I got to, like I said before, in part 1, taking all the excuses off the table. Take them off the table. Got to talk to yourself. Say, self, we're going to do this. Self, let's go. Let me take a sip so I don't slip. Self, let's do it. I can't flatline. I got to get uncomfortable, because here's the thing. Vision is not comfortable. Vision calls you to launch out. Vision moves you into a place of uncharted territory. Results, hear me. Results don't come from being reclusive. Results don't come from being reticent. Come on, family, type results. Type results. As the pastor, the newly elected pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Church, haven't even been there 3 whole months yet. Haven't even been there 6 whole months yet. Still new. But here's what I did. I took all of what I've learned over the years of moving from excuses to execution. to start executing things rather than just saying we're going to do this. No, we're going to do this. Whether it's feeding the poor, in our communities. Don't let nobody tell you that feeding the poor is no benefit. Don't let nobody tell you that feeding the poor does not just only benefits the poor. Don't get into that now. Why? Because even scripture says, he that care for the poor lendeth unto the Lord. And here it is. He will repay him. Can't nobody repay you better than God can. Don't let nobody tell you that now. Don't get swept away by every wind and wave of backwards thinking and doctrine. Don't get indoctrinated to that. Because he said, Jesus, when I was hungry, did you feed me? Hello, somebody. When I was naked, did you clothe me? When I was thirsty, did you give me drink? When I was in prison, did you visit me? If you did it to the least of these, you did it unto me. We still have to care for the least, the last, the lost, the left out, the overlooked, the underserved, and the underrepresented. And that's why within my first 3 or 4 weeks of becoming a pastor, we created and developed and partnered with the Jamaican Pot Restaurant for the Food for Life program to care for those who are in need. Here it is. I couldn't just keep talking about that. I had to move from saying this is what we're going to do to doing it, to execution. And here's the thing. The gap is too wide between what you say you want to do and what you actually do. Close that gap. You got to move from this is what I want to do to I did that. This is what I want to do to I did that. Let there be a merging of that. When we put new lights into the ceiling in our sanctuary, because we had shadows on our walls, because we had lights flickering during our live stream and our services. When it is that we had shortages in our electrical units where the lights were. I couldn't just keep talking about we need to do this. I had to get on the phone with the electrician and make it happen. And set it up. And put some money on the flow. Put some money on the table. And invest in the vision. Because the vision is going to require an investment. Whether it's an investment of time, whether it's investment of prayer, whether it's investment of study, whether it's investment of your heart, your mind, your will, your soul, your emotions. Come on. Getting uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable for me some days to be at the church at 6 a.m. in the morning to let the electrician in so that they can begin wiring. It was very uncomfortable for me to sometimes not leave the church till 11 p.m. on the same day that I came in at 6 a.m. Hello? Why? Because we had to do it in a particular turnaround time. Started the project on a Monday, finished it on a Saturday, so that we could have the sanctuary back on a Sunday. Are you hearing me? Vision, execution, energy, passion, fervor, drive. Oh, come on. Family, just type I'm a visionary. Type I'm a visionary. Type I'm a visionary. Come on, I want you to take it to another degree. Type I'm a doer. I'm not just a dreamer. I'm not just an envisioner. I'm a doer. I see it and I'm going after it. I see it and I'm making it happen. And here's what you got to do. You got to get up and go after it. David asked the Lord, shall I pursue? Shall I overtake? And God said, you shall pursue. You shall overtake. You shall recover all. But here's the first thing you got to do. You got to pursue. Ain't no overtaking without pursuing. Ain't no recovering without pursuing. See, here's the thing. We expect everything to come to us. We expect all the blessings to just come to us. We expect all the connections to just come to us. No, you better go after it. Come on, family. Come on. Type go after it. You better go after it. with all that knowledge you got, with all that passion you got, with all that gifting you got, with all those talents that you have, with you being a red box and a gold bow, a gift to the world, you better go after it. Family, just type it. Type go for what you know. You know. Now go. Go for what you know. I had it. Listen, when I was having that conversation with my mentee, and I was encouraging him to do any assignment that comes his way, I had to let him know, listen, I can't be successful for you, bruh. I can't achieve for you, bruh. I can't have vision for you. You got to have vision for yourself. Right? And any assignment that I give you should put you in alignment with your divine assignment. See, here's the thing. We want to distract ourselves from our vision. So here's what we do. We move into a place of self-gratification. We move into a place of being busy but not productive. We move into a place of doing everything except the one thing. Oh, come on. You cleaned your whole house, but you know them clothes still need to be folded. You're doing everything around it except the main thing that needs to happen right there. Because them clothes have been sitting in that dryer for the last week and a half. Them clothes have been sitting on the side of your bed and you sleep on the other side of your bed because you don't want to deal with what's dealing with you. Oh, come on. Let me talk to you. You better fold them clothes. Come on, family, just type it. Type fold them clothes. Fold them clothes. We're dealing with everything that's around the area except tackling the area. You know that project and that assignment is calling you. Put the remote down. Turn the TV off. Stop watching Netflix. You see what I'm saying? Tight, but it's right. No one's going to achieve it for you. No one's going to be successful for you. No one's going to make it happen for you. You got to be bold and press ahead. Why? Because vision is not for comfort seekers. Vision is for those who are dwellers of the uncomfortable. And hear me, visionaries are daring. Visionaries are determined. Visionaries are willing to endure some discomfort. Visionaries are willing to move into a place of not self-gratification, but delayed gratification. Visionaries are willing to go where vision leads them. Why? Because nothing ventured, nothing gained. And you can't expect new results from doing the same old thing. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Stop complaining about getting the same old thing if you continue to do the same old thing. Got to stretch your faith. Got to go beyond your comfort zone. Got to walk in your calling, because your calling is not for comfort. Your calling is for the courageous. Your calling is for you to be uncomfortable with being comfortable and to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Come on, family, just type new territory. Type new territory. New thoughts, new ideas, new expectation, new vision. The blessing comes when you're willing to step into uncharted territory. I dare you to do something different. I double dare you to do something different. I double dare you to get to the particular place to say, listen, I'm going to feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm not just walking on the water. I'm walking on the word because God told me to come. Come forth. Come out of that place. Come out of that situation. Come out of that place of the low level of the familiar. Come on, come out of hiding so that you can start thriving. You'll never thrive if you continue to hide. You'll never start thriving if you're continually hiding. Stop hiding that gift. Stop hiding that joy. Stop hiding that peace. Stop hiding that innovation. Stop hiding that next level thinking. Stop hiding that creativity. Stop hiding that intellectuality. Stop hiding. Let them keep talking. But stop hiding. Walk through it and move into a place of greater power. Family, this is a great place to sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. This is where you grow. This is where you soar. I want to join my faith with yours, that God does exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. I want to join my faith with yours. And I want you to name your seed as you sow your seed. Yes, I want you to sow a seed even now. Super chat, super sticker. You've had a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker into our super conversation. Once you do that, as a matter of fact, you can also give online. $ Access Identity, Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail. Once again, Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail.com. And of course, been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. I want you to name your seed as you're sowing your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed double favor. Maybe you're naming your seed new territory. Maybe you're naming your seed coming out of hiding. Maybe you're naming your seed thriving. Maybe you're naming your seed gifted. Maybe you're naming your seed favor and purpose and called and calling and answering the call. That's what it's about. If you're going to forsake the familiar, family, you got to be willing to answer the call. And when you answer the call, that's when you move from excuses to execution. When you answer the call is when you stand tall. Come on. Maybe you need to type that. Maybe you need to write that. Maybe you need to join me with that seed and write that as well. Come on, family. Just type answer the call. Answer the call. You'll stand tall if you answer the call. You'll stop worrying about all of y'all. Stop worrying about all of y'all and answer the call. Thank you for the super chat, the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you in advance. Link is in the chat, links in the description of this video for how to give and where to give. Thank you for the Cash App, $ Access Identity. Thank you for the PayPal and the Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail. I appreciate it. And thank you even in advance. If you're not a member of our In the Mix family, what are you doing? Once you become a member, all you have to do is tap the link in the bio. Link is in the chat as well for how to become a member of In the Mix. VIP, Royalty, OQP, one of those 3 tiers. You can partner with me, and I'm going to give you access to our members only area. Yeah, behind the scenes. It's the BTS version. Behind the scenes, behind the story, beyond the story. I want to give you that as I shape the narrative and then connect it to how you can go and grow to another dimension. You can also join me as well. If you really want to partner with me in a major way as well, you can do that by becoming a member of our Eagles Academy family. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor, it's where I empower you, it's where I have these courageous conversations that go further and farther than where I go here. You owe it to you to be in an amazing community of gifted leaders who are not there to compete, but to collaborate. Why? Because a win for you is a win for them too. Join us too by going to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. Once again, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you will be transformed. Family, was this session transformative for you? Was part 2 transformative for you? I really hope so. Really hope so. Let me know so. I really hope so. Let me know so. Because In the Mix, family, is out of time. But y'all know I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I really do want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. And we mix it up right here on the YouTube side. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, hit that thumbs up button on this video. Share this with somebody. Share this with somebody. Share if you care. Your timeline could literally be someone's lifeline. We mix it up here on the YouTube side, but we also mix it up on our sister satellite stations on social media. And I just got a question for you. Of course, I give you a sincere salute to all of our viewers on social media. I just got a question for you, though. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way. Not just this way. Yeah. But that way. What way? Simply by friending me and following me right now. On Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. Come on, family. Put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. And I'm personally inviting you to join us at church each and every single Sunday, 10 a.m. Come receive a word from me. It's going to be an empowering word and worship, as I am the pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Church, 20470 Hubble Street in the city of Detroit. I'm saving you a seat. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. Get any of my books. I got 18 of them out there on Amazon, as well as theeaglesacademy.com/books. Yes, where I can sign a copy for you if you're looking for a dynamic speaker. Now, why would you look any further? You know I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is email me to invite me, info@eddieconnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Sure, truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know, brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.